poor little tink tink.
And it goes a little something like.
You all summer and after I'll keep you.
Hello, literates. I'm brittwriterly, and welcome back to Writer's Ambition. For those of you who've been hanging in since episode 1, you're a real one. For those of you who are just finding my humble channel, welcome. We hope you stay a while. So it is the August HonesTEA. If y'all cannot tell, I am so... The word is not overwhelmed, but it is thoroughly whelmed. I am thoroughly whelmed because it feels like every month these HonesTEAs get later and later and closer to being the last day of the month. As it is the last Tuesday of the month, but we slid on in there. Yeah, I'm thoroughly whelmed. I am drinking tea though. It's just standard black tea. Cold. I do like it hot, but when I make huge pictures of it, I drink like a mug or two hot, and then I put the rest in the refrigerator at the end of the day. So by this point, it's cold now, but that's fine. I like it cold. So, August. I'm not even gonna say August is a thief. August is out and delinquent. August owes me everything. I'm not gonna say that for a couple of reasons. One, I'm tired of saying that. All these months been running by like they just don't have any obligation to any of us. Two, I'm kind of okay with it at this point because I have deadlines every single month. And so every time a month rushes past, that's a bunch of deadlines that are now behind me. And that brings me this much closer to being out of grad school. So is time moving very quickly? It absolutely is. Am I okay with it? Yeah, I really, really am. So that's what's up with these months passing by very quickly. I, at least, have made peace with it. Okay. Oh, also gonna acknowledge that I'm definitely not gonna do a video about it later. This is my AuthorTube anniversary month. Wow. Look how far we've come. 2 years in this biscuit doing the writerly things, and y'all been hanging in, so thank you. I appreciate you. And some cool stuff to come. So y'all were here and it was just me, you, and a few shorts of Tales of Eliza Black, and we look how we've grown. We got writerly conversations, we've got HonesTEAs, and more to come. Patreon stuff on the way, like it's good. I don't know that I will do a Patreon until after I graduate, just because I don't want to add something else to my plate before I take something off. And there are a couple of things coming off my plate, but nothing substantial is coming off my plate until after graduation. Yeah. And anything that's coming off my plate is just giving me time to prep for the Patreon, but I'm not going to launch it until I'm sure that I can sustain it, because that's only fair to patrons, that they get consistent quality content. So I am planning the Patreon, and I will definitely be taking y'all's suggestions from a couple videos into consideration, but stuff on the channel is going to continue growing. So here's to a really strong second year. I'm excited. Thanks y'all for hanging in with me. So my July goals were to finalize drop market materials, get to the midpoint of hashtag third fantasy, to revise the first 50% of hashtag first fantasy for important changes of, whoa, almost dropped my pen, power types for the sisters, give the main character a bit more initiative, and then to read my edit letter for Tales of Eliza Black. I'm telling you right now, I didn't get all that done. Now, this is an important moment for us as writers. Sometimes we don't get stuff done. That's okay. It really is, because, and this is when it helps me to have so many of these knock pads. This one's empty. I just threw back the way I recycled it. But the one from last week, totally full. These that I filled out for Monday and Tuesday have been totally full from the morning to the evening. So it helps to do these sort of things so that it sort of becomes an archive of the things that you have done. And when you miss or don't hit the way you wanted to hit larger goals, you see all the smaller things that you've done, and even some bigger things that you just hadn't thought to make goals that you've done. And they're like, okay, I can be gracious with myself because I didn't get done these things, but I did get done these things. And so I am grateful that I am not, or no longer, because I'm not going to like I never was, I'm not in a place where I see that I didn't reach a goal and then I kill myself. Watch that language. And then I just harass myself into the ground trying to get it done in a short amount of time. Technically, it is the 24th. It's the 24th. Technically, I absolutely have 6 more days where I could get these things done. And honestly, since I have I write on Thursdays with critique partners, and today is Wednesday, tomorrow I'm going to be writing with them, I may get to the 50% point of the Musey sisters. I could. I'm not there now, and I'm not going to burn myself out trying to reach an arbitrary goal. Is it an arbitrary goal that gets me to like a larger goal of finishing this first draft, hopefully by the end of the year? Yeah, it is. But at the same time, no one else has this deadline. Only I do. So I think it's important for us as writers, especially writers who are not on an external deadlines, to give ourselves grace, because there may come a time when you are on external deadlines, and then it'll be harder to feel the space to be gracious with yourself. So in this season of pre-publishing, definitely be gracious with yourself. And that's advice that I've heard from numerous published authors, where they're like, yo, this deadline life is difficult. If you are not agented yet, or if you're not on submission yet, or whatever, if you are indie but you haven't started publishing, and then if you are not on external deadlines yet, enjoy it. And that's what I'm gonna do, because I have other deadlines that are external and I did hit those. So you just gotta have grace with yourself. And that is your writerly tip for the month. Be gracious with yourself, because time is flying by and it can be overwhelming and feel like you're not doing enough with the time that you have, but you are doing the best that you can. And if you want to increase that best, that's a possibility, but there's no point crying over or frustrating yourself over or harassing yourself over what has not yet been done. All right. So I didn't get all of my July goals done. Or my August goals, I guess. I actually have lost track of how, because I used to make goals for the next month, and now I'm like, are these goals for this month or goals for the next month? The goals I had in July that I wanted to get done by this point in August, I have not finished all of them, but I did finish a couple. What did I finish? I did read the edit letter for Tales of Eliza Black, and I've just about finalized my job market materials. By the end of the month, will have finished another draft of my... Did I finish it already, actually? No, I will have finished... Actually, almost by the end of the week even. Yeah, I might be done with that. So my research statement is giving me the most, and I just finished the draft of it, or got through the hardest for me part. Summarizing my dissertation in a paragraph is the hardest part for me, and I did that yesterday. So I was getting my hair done today. And so tomorrow when I get back at it is when I'm going to go back and look at that and hopefully finalize it. And then I'm going to put it into like a larger portfolio for my co-chairs, send it off to them, and hopefully they will do final checks. And I really, really want that to be done by September 15th. For sure, the portfolio will be to them by the end of August, but I would love it if it comes back and they're like, yeah, this is strong. But at any rate, I almost have finalized my job market materials. Half of them are finalized. There's like 2 more. There's just 2 things, my research statement and my diversity, equity, and inclusion statement, that I'm still tweaking, but they should be done by the end of the week if they're not already done. But anyway, my goals for August/September, that's really wild. Anyway, just 2. 3. To recycling goals from August. So get to the hashtag third fantasy midpoint and start revising the first 50% and finalize market materials. That's it. I just want to finish out the goals that I had for August with the remainder of this month and up to September until we meet again. So those are my goals. I am, let's just get a little, this is the honest part of the honesty, and I haven't had anything like super transparent about the process to say to y'all in a while. It's been mostly like goal check-ins, and I won't be long because I do want these to be shorter for editing purposes. But when I first started writing again, which was about 2019, yeah. So it was during my comprehensive exams in third year. I told myself that I needed to and wanted to make my writing a priority, that I wanted to take it just as seriously as I was taking my dissertation writing and my exams, and I did. And I still believe that. And there are two things that might happen. One, I might just remind myself of that commitment. And two, I might just give, again, that grace of like, cool. Are certain things possible now, though? So here's the thing. I have 5 jobs right now. 5 literal jobs, 4 of which I'm getting paid for and 1 which will pay off. So, and that's not including any of my YouTube stuff. That's not including any of my writing, because those are not jobs. I choose to do this YouTube thing, and I am treating my writing as a career, though it's not proved profitable. I'm not making any money off of it yet, and that's fine because everything is going according to plan as far as the timeline that I set out even years ago, even though it's been like little milestones have been adjusted, but the overall timeline, I'm actually still in it apace, so it's not really an issue. But the thing is, I don't want to burn myself out. I do need to get back to a place where I'm writing more regularly, but I have just had to allow myself to go to bed sometimes, because I had COVID a couple of weeks ago, and it really just hit me like a summer cold. Like, it wasn't super bad, for which I'm grateful to God. I am still feeling a little tired. I haven't been at the gym like I was pre my COVID. And haven't needed to. So I think I'm just like having to figure out a way to do the things that do have external deadlines, and then also do the things that feed me, and that I want to be careers at some point. But I'm just remembering something that Michelle Obama said years ago, which is women can have it all. They just can't have it all at the same time. And so, will I produce my best writing that I don't have an external deadline for on hashtag third fantasy if I force myself to stay up at 9 o'clock and write on a night when I'm just like, I really just want to go to bed so that I can get up in the morning, because I've really been struggling getting up in the morning since I was sick. Sometimes I just choose rest, and I have been choosing rest for the past couple of weeks, and I don't feel guilty about it, but I do feel light. It's not full on frustration, but I'm just like, I haven't been writing and I want to get back into it. And so I will. My birthday is on Friday. And during the day, I'm not going to do really much besides like spoil myself. I'm going to get a mani-pedi. I'm going to try out this Mexican restaurant by my house that I've heard good things about. In general, I'm just going to like have a slow day to myself where I don't do things that I don't want to do. But one of the things I do want to do is write. And so I'm going to let myself write on Friday if I still feel like it on Friday, and have some cheesecake. It's just going to be a really soft life. But if I choose not to write on Friday, I'm going to let that be okay. And I don't know. I guess what I'm just saying is part of the honesty that I've had to like be with myself is I am tired. And even though 2 years ago, I was like, treat it like a career, write regularly, da 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 da. Even though I haven't been doing that for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, I can acknowledge that it's not what I want, and take responsible steps to get back to a good place, even if it's not what I was doing prior. Maybe my regularly scheduled writing is I only write on Thursdays. There will be other times in my life where I can write every day and I love it, but that's just not where I am right now. And I have to be okay with that. Am I okay with it today, right now? Meh. Yeah, kind of, but more in a resigned way, not really in a I'm embracing my respective capacity way. But I will get to the latter hopefully by September, because it is what it is. I'm tired right now, to be honest. So on that note, I'm gonna take a final sip for hydration purposes, and I'm gonna head on out. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Oh, no comment prompt. Okay, if you made it this far in the video, comment #capacity, because that's what it really is. Our capacity ebbs and flows, and we just have to be able to respect that at whatever stage of life we have that we're in, no matter what we have going on, no matter what the goals are. If you cannot do something in a way that feels like it respects your body as a body, because we're just flesh and bone at the end of the day. Like, we're not superhumans, none of us are. Capacity is just respecting that your body is simply that, flesh and bone with limitations, and sometimes those limitations are not as boundless as you wish, but you don't push beyond the bounds that you stumble across. You just say, oh, this is a boundary that I have right now. Okay, I'm gonna work within that. It's hard. I'm gonna have to scale some things back that I usually do to work within this more restrictive boundary, but I'm gonna work within that boundary because I want to be kind to myself. So anyway, comment #capacity if you made it this far in the video. Thank y'all so much for 2 wonderful years. And here's to more. Bye bye.